Hello everyone, and welcome to my BNB24 official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. The vibrant and gorgeous spoilers. Katie is shocked by Brooke's retaliation, and Bill lashes out at Ridge. By Heather Hughes on remarks. Comment on Slider Television spoilers soap opera, and The Bold and the Beautiful. 45. Spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful. Brooke's stunning retaliation. Bill rages at Ridge and Katie. Spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful indicate that Katie Logan Spencer will be shocked by Brooke Logan Forrester's vile response. There will be a lot of uncomfortable times since Bill Spencer will also be furious at Ridge Forrester. Katie and Bill were thrilled that Liam Spencer had secured the Logan trademark. Naturally, even though they allowed the trademark to expire, Brooke and Ridge believed that Katie had stolen the name from them. Shortly after, Brooke faced Katie, who believes that Brooke's inability to handle a man who once desired her is the true problem. Bill is determined to see Katie succeed in this fashion house, and he wants her right now. But according to BNB spoilers, Brooke will get quite depressed in Wednesday's episode. Katie will be upset, hurt, and caught off guard since it appears that Brooke will take a filthy revenge. Brooke can gain the upper hand by making a significant announcement that highlights the Logan component of her name. Although Katie obtained the Logan trademark, she is powerless to prevent Brooke from making public her Logan heritage. It would be simple for Brooke to host a news conference and highlight the Logan aspect of her identity, possibly by launching a brand new Brooke Logan line. Perhaps the intention is to outshine Katie and make Brooke Logan Forrester the talk of the fashion industry. It might cause Katie's fashion house to fail before it ever gets off the ground. About Wednesday's broadcast, Katie will have an emotional outburst and eventually brief Bill about Brooke's plan for vengeance. Bill would become enraged and lash out at Ridge, blaming the dressmaker, and starting a furious altercation. Carter Walton will accuse Bill of ruining the relationship between Katie and Brooke. Carter will be angry with Bill for initiating the conflict, because he fears that Brooke and Katie's relationship may never recover. According to previews for The Bold and the Beautiful, Bill's wedding present will continue to cause controversy. Don't miss the heartbreaking revelations and heated arguments that will follow. For fantastic Bold and the Beautiful spoilers, news, and updates, visit CDL frequently for more BNB information. Katie's emotional state, the blame game, and Bill vs. Ridge. First, let's talk about Carter, who fervently attempted to renew Forrester Creations' Logan trademark name. But he didn't succeed. When the Logan trademark expired last year, Carter erred by failing to renew it. The COO had a full year to complete it, but he never did. It was obviously not a top priority on Carter's list of things to do, but rather of accepting accountability, he assigns blame. Carter refuses to acknowledge that his failure to renew the trademark was his fault. Rather, he will simply blame Bill. That was business. Even if Bill had Liam Spencer, Scott Clifton, seize the trademark while it was still in use. Bill picked up the ball after Carter dropped it. Additionally, Carter will hold Bill accountable for ending Katie and Brooke's romance. But Brooke did that on her own, according to Bill. According to spoilers for tomorrow's episode of The Bold and the Beautiful, Katie will talk to Bill about her friendship with Brooke. The brunette will be reminded of all the times she supported and assisted Brooke. Given that Brooke simply sees Katie as a young child with nothing, it may be difficult to mend this relationship. Bill goes to confront Ridge after giving Katie a hug and reassuring her that she is doing morally. Fans are aware that Bill expressed his desire to see Ridge's face to Liam. That may be one of the reasons Bill visits Ridge. Ridge will make numerous accusations at the same time. Bill will therefore become enraged and assault both Ridge and Brooke. Logan's future is now uncertain. Liam was successful in securing the trademark, but much more needs to be done. Could Bill recommend stealing the designers from Forrester Creations now that Katie and Brooke are at odds? Could Deke Sharp and Eric Forrester receive unanticipated employment offers? Logan's race to be claimed. After believing that the Forresters ignored her and took advantage of her, Katie Logan has undoubtedly been speaking up. Now that she is married to Dollar Bill Spencer, she wants to utilize her own name for her own business while regaining control. The issue is that Brooke Logan does not want her to refer to her fashion brand as Logan since, according to her, that is how the fashion industry knows her, and it is more than just Ridge Forrester's pet name. Katie disagrees, pointing out that the world only knows Brooke because of her diligent public relations efforts. Because of Katie, she goes by Logan, and Katie also wants to use that name. Bill gives his bride the freedom to do as she pleases and to permanently leave Forrester Creations. Liam Spencer and Carter Walton are vying to use the Logan name, but the name issue still exists. Will Spencer is more certain than ever after seeing Dylan's automobile that the preschool teacher doesn't have a place of her own and lives out of it. Given that the Spencer Beach house appears to have a space over the garage where she can remain, Will appears willing to provide her with a place to live. Will tries his hardest to persuade Electra Forrester that this is indeed the case, and that they must take all necessary steps to assist Dylan. But it appears like they are going to find themselves in another Luna-like circumstance. Will and Electra are blind to the fact that Dylan has a really strange quality, but if they know what's best for them, they'd better be careful. The conflict between Brooke and Katie turns into a trademark battle. Katie had no claim to the Logan name according to Brooke, who took a firm stance. Anything pertaining to Logan was actually called Forrester, Katie retorted. Brooke wasn't really recognized as a Logan. It seemed reasonable when she informed her sister that her brand was named Brooke's Bedroom, not Logan Lingerie. The whole back and forth seemed ridiculous to Katie. Donna asked them to put an end to their arguments and come up with a name that suited everyone. Brooke believed that dropping the Logan name was the only way to solve the problem. She informed Katie that she was the only one everyone knew, and that her name had no significance in the fashion world. The only name that mattered was Brooke Logan. Katie begged Brooke to consider how offensive this was to her. Bill disagreed that Logan and Logan designs were the same, despite Ridge's assertion that it was a legal matter. After repeatedly helping Brooke, Katie felt disrespected because her sister was unable to repay the favor. Declaring that the conversation was over and that changing the name was the only choice, Ridge stormed out of Spencer's office. After Ridge and her sisters left, Katie started crying. Bill did his utmost to reassure her. She yelled that she was the reason Brooke had remained relevant in the industry for the previous 10 years. Katie felt that Brooke's claim to be the exclusive owner of their shared last name was unfair. As Liam walked into the office, he was struck by the depressing atmosphere. He was curious if the new fashion house was called Logan, and he thought it was fantastic, comparing it to some of the most well-known names in the business. Given that it was their family name, he questioned why Brooke was having trouble with it. According to Katie, Brooke was not only unhappy but also demanded that the name be changed right now. Bill agreed with Liam that Brooke wasn't right in this case. He urged his new bride to proceed without allowing them to affect her. Liam pondered whether her prospective influence in the sector posed a threat to Ridge and Brooke. Katie still had self-doubt. In the industry, she described herself as a nobody. Bill believed that this was just another instance of Brooke taking advantage of Katie. He would not allow her sister to mistreat her. Liam was instructed by Bill to obtain the Logan trademark as soon as possible. Bill assured Katie that Liam was attempting to obtain the trademark, but Katie couldn't understand why Brooke would micromanage the name. The trademark for the name Logan expired a year earlier. It was for sale, and Bill urged him to get it as soon as possible. Officially, the race had begun. Back at Forrester, Brooke questioned Ridge about whether or not she was the bad guy. She preferred a different name for the business. Brooke was concerned that this might lead to a rift within the family, and felt sorry for Donna for being caught in the crossfire. Ridge reassured her that once Katie made the decision to change the name, everything would be all right. Ridge was content to help Katie as long as she complied. Before Katie proceeded with naming her fashion houses Logan, Ridge and Brooke begged Carter to assist them in stopping her. He was taken aback at first, but he immediately went into lawyer mode. He was positive that Katie would not be allowed to use the Logan name, since it was a trademark infringement. Carter set out to make sure there would be no problems and that they still owned the brand. For many years, Brooke said Ridge, she was the only Logan working in the fashion industry. Katie had no right to abruptly exploit the name and take advantage of her. While Carter looked into the name's status, Brooke ranted about why it wasn't acceptable for Katie to borrow Logan's name. It wasn't that deep because Ridge didn't believe Katie posed a threat to their business. Brooke and Ridge were terrified when Carter realized the trademark had expired. Time was of the essence, but Ridge wanted Carter to retrieve it. Carter and Liam raced at precisely the same time in the hopes of winning, not realizing that Liam was also attempting to register the trademark. Electra wanted Will to present his work at the beach house and explain why he believed Dylan to be homeless. He clarified that everything she owned was in her car. Will reassured Electra that it was different, but she didn't think there was enough evidence to draw that conclusion. Dylan's automobile was packed with everything she possessed. Electra refused to accept that she was homeless and speculated that she might be moving. If it were true, Electra believed Dylan would have told her. She listed all of Dylan's advantages that made her homelessness seem a little unlikely. Electra agreed with Will, who felt bad and wanted to support her. In addition to wondering how long Dylan had been homeless, Electra also wondered if she had been homeless for the whole time they had been friends. Electra hoped that Dylan's institution had a program that would enable her to start over. Although she was aware of the high cost of rent in Los Angeles, she didn't anticipate Dylan becoming impoverished. Dylan hesitated outside the home as she considered going inside. Inside, Will and Electra thought they could let Dylan stay to help, at least for that evening. Unaware of the discussion concerning her life's condition occurring inside, Dylan took a shower outside. Will went back inside and researched the rising number of homeless people in the region. Dylan continued to take a shower outside after what seemed to be a public service announcement about homelessness, implying that this was her first actual shower in a long time. After taking a shower, Dylan overheard Will and Electra talking about how she was living in her car. With her continuous predicament, Electra was determined to find a method to support a friend. She was unaware of the extent of the homelessness crisis among college students. They wanted to support their friend because this was far more important than Dylan. She attempted to minimize Dylan's arrival by claiming it wasn't what it appeared to be. Electra reassured her and expressed their want to support her during this difficult time. They were concerned. She inquired about Dylan's well-being, but when Will saw the condition of her automobile, Dylan felt ashamed. Dylan's attempt to obtain an apartment failed, and she had to vacate her hotel room after running out of money. Luna Deja Vu, Hope's uncertain path, and Donna's decision. Will Spencer's generosity toward Dylan, who is homeless and has accepted his invitation to spend the night in his guest house, will be further demonstrated during the coming week. As Liam Spencer learns that the Logan trademark has expired and will attempt to obtain it for Katie Logan Spencer, while it is still available, the Logan sister rivalry persists. Liam may be able to obtain the trademark renewal for Forrester Creations before Carter Walton does. In any case, Katie's fashion firm will start to take shape, particularly after she adds Deke Sharp to her staff. Katie might also receive assistance from Eric Forrester, though he might first remain silent. Donna could have to pick a side over the week as Katie and Brooke Logan Forrester's argument gets more heated. Donna typically puts her husband first, so if Eric backs Katie's project, she might feel obligated to help her. Hope may also think about quitting Forrester after learning of Deke's new role at Katie's design firm. At some point, Katie might make Hope an alluring offer, but Hope would probably have to give up hope for the future. Hope could, however, potentially introduce an entirely new line and produce something free from ongoing Forrester meddling, which is a very alluring possibility. Meanwhile, Dylan's potential infatuation with Will might quickly cause issues. It's possible that Dylan is about to change into Luna, which could cause her to lose control sooner rather than later. However, it's also feasible that Dylan will remain calm and develop into someone Will genuinely loves. Electra Forrester may be in for heartache if this is turning into a story about Will and Dylan's adultery. If it occurs, Electra is unlikely to be so understanding this time. From Electra's point of view, Dylan might be staying too long at the guest house. Will and Electra will argue over whether or not Will should ask Dylan to leave. The answer will only become clear with time, but no matter what happens, Dylan will undoubtedly cause some drama for this B&B pair.